Positive energy all the time. Hope everybody's doing great. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Rep your city, represent your city. I am representing Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to everybody on Facebook, everybody on Twitch. Everybody on Kick, everybody on YouTube. Hope you're all doing great. Let's kick this night off early. Let's start off with some politics. We got San Jose in the building. We got Baltimore in the building. We got Los Angeles in the building. We got New Orleans in the building. We got Buffalo, New York in the building. Yes, indeed. Shout out to all my mods. I'm going to add a few more mods. That way everybody gets to relax and my mods don't have to worry about trying to moderate while they're at work or cooking dinner. That's what we're going to do. Try to cut back on some of these trolls. So if you're going to troll, you better troll now because my mods are going to be in full control of who gets blocked and who not. I ain't going to have nothing else to do with it. And I'm going to leave it up to my mods. If you're irritating or you're going against the flow, they're going to be getting rid of you. G-Ra, I'm going to make you a mod. Send me your YouTube link, G-Ra, which is going to be youtube.com at the G-Ra, the name you got here. Send me that link, and I'm going to make you a mod. Send it to Pharaoh El-Aton at yahoo.com. And we'll get that taken care of. Other than that, how is everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing great. So Jasmine Crockett is running for Senate in Texas. I thought I'd talk about that. That should be a very interesting race. Gonna look to see how that's turning out. These Senate races, these midterms is gonna be something else. Gonna be something else. Me, I'm not really too much invested in national politics like that, like people in other. I'm not too much invested in that. Most of my energy goes for politics in Chicago. So I'm mostly politically interested in Chicago, Illinois, and that's pretty much it. Presidential election, unless there's somebody specifically, I don't really get involved with that presidential election too much. If I don't really vote well uh, nationally, because I usually vote based on race and history. So I'm not really that good when it comes to like presidential elections because I'm gonna vote based on history or race, and that's not my fault. It's America's so racist and has denied black people so many positions that anytime we get a position, yeah, I'm going to go for it. That's not my fault. There was many blacks that had qualified to get positions and didn't get it based on race. It's really crazy people to be mad at me on based on race when white America votes like that a lot of times. So that's a little weird. It's a little weird to be tripping on me because I vote for a black person when there's hardly no black people to vote for, especially when it's a black person tap dancing like that. We ain't gonna get into that. Tap dancing for whoever. And so I tried. I don't get involved with. I'm not. I don't really get involved with politics like that. You know, it's too. I like to keep my vote to myself. Last time when Harris ran, I definitely was campaigning for Harris. I got a person trolling me over that now. I got to get them out of here. They trolling me over an election that's over. It was really emotional about it. It's like, I'm not understanding what the election is doing for them personally, but I guess. Imagine, I mean, it's something wrong with you when the presidential election is over and you're holding hostility for people that voted different than you. There's something, like I was campaigning for Harris. Imagine me now trying to remember everybody that voted for Trump and personally, right, having some kind of feelings toward them by them exercising their right to vote for Trump. You know how anti political that really is? That's not American politics. Like that's not politics. Politics is everybody got the right to vote for who they vote for, right? So imagine me holding it against you for who you voted for. The way I deal with politics is like this. Let's take the president. This one's running and this one's running. I'm pushing for this one. This one don't win, this one wins. It's a wrap. This one is my president. That's it. I have no emotions in it. I have two people running. I want this one. They're running against this one. This one wins. That's the president. Case closed. Do I have feelings about it? No. I don't. What the hell? If I'm voting, right, then I'm participating in American politics. And American politics is about who wins, wins. That's real American politics. That we vote, and then whoever wins, everybody rallies around the new president. That's how it works. It's not, oh, you hold disdain for the new president. Or you're mad at everybody to vote for the one. That's not politics. That's lunacy. And if your politicians start acting like that, now you're leaning more towards Nazi Germany. You're not even representing the USA. Okay, it's the Super Bowl. It's the Bears versus the Rams. The Rams win. That's that. The Rams are the champs. It's over. We move on to next season. Okay, we don't cry about the season's over. The Rams won. That's real sports. That's real American politics. Real American politics is you accept the winner and it's over. And everybody they got a chance to exercise their right to vote. Now, for you to turn around and complain about how somebody voted means that you don't respect the right to vote. You don't respect their right to pick who they wanted. So how could you talk to me about politics when if you're mad about somebody who they voted for, you're anti-American politics. You're anti-politics. You don't represent American politics. Not at all. The thing about American politics is it's really not about voting. It's about whoever get in there that the American people demand that they do what you want them to do. So no matter who's the president or who's the senator or who's your mayor, it's still up to the citizens to request what they want done. So if we want something done from a mayor in Chicago and we vote for this person, we want this person to win, but this person win, this person still got to do what we want done. It's not like, oh, you won, now you don't have to do what the people want you to do. And the problem is America is the people don't want nothing. They do all of this arguing and stuff during the election, and then once the president get in there, they all go to sleep. You got no demands. You're demanding I vote your way, but whoever gets in there, you don't demand nothing from them. Look at the American people. They're not demanding nothing from Trump. Not that I know of. What is the American people demanding? Nothing. What did the American people demand from Obama? Nothing. Then you want to say he didn't do a good job. You didn't do a good job. You didn't ask for nothing. So Jasmine Crockett decides she's going to run. I think that's a really great thing. I think that's excellent. Right? I think that's excellent because I think the good thing, so here we got one right here now. You know what I'm saying? These type of people like here are crazy. Something's wrong with them. I think that's a good thing because we got young people that's running. And so this is encouraging more young people to go get involved, right? So it's not just about her running for office. It's about, more young people run for office. Maybe G-Sup will stop trolling on the internet. Maybe G-Sup, maybe you'll run for office and stand on something instead of being a professional typist. And you see, people like you that's overly emotional over politics that don't become politicians are frauds. You're a fraud, bro, because you're not going to run for nothing. You're not going to make no changes nowhere. Okay? You probably barely change your underwear, but that's you know what I'm saying? It's like these people that's internet political, but won't really go and become politicians and show us how it's done. Like, show me how it's done, bro. Go run. So that's the part of politics I don't really like too much. I came over here knowing the trolls were going to pop out. And now it's crazy. The ladies are more masculine over politics than the men. The men, soon as a political time, the men time of the month come down. They got to go get tampons. I've never seen so many feminine men in my life emotional over politics. It's just totally ridiculous. Because at the end of the day, it boils down to you got to go vote. No matter how much you troll on social media, that's not going to get your candidate in office. The only thing that's going to get your candidate in office is that you go and you register to vote and you vote. And maybe if you got if you're really serious, you campaign for who you want to win. But if you want somebody to win and you're just trolling people, but you're not professionally campaigning to get votes for your candidate, you're lame. Who does that? And so what I did, I actually campaigned for Harris, which a lot of your political trolls, that went over their head. I put my time into pushing her to win. Now, people, how could you say I shouldn't have did that and call yourself an American citizen? That was my duty as an American citizen. Everybody has the right to like who they like, right? So when you want to try to down me for liking who I like, but claiming you're representing American politics, you don't. You don't represent American politics. You don't represent the freedom. You don't represent the right to choose. When you criticize somebody for who they chose. If you're criticizing people for who they decided to choose, you're anti-American. You're more like a communist. That's not, so it's just phony that you want a president and you're standing on American values, but you're criticizing people for who they decide to vote for. You're anti-American while you're dealing with American politics, which is ridiculous and dangerous. It's ridiculous. What I look like trolling a grown man for who they want to vote for. You look at this. All I'm doing is talking about this woman. And I got people want to troll her. I can't vote in Texas. What the hell are you telling me about her for? Just think about that. Imagine seeing her name in my, and I'm in Illinois, and she's running in Texas, and I can't support her anyway. Now imagine just seeing her name in here and just me just saying she's running, and imagine that makes you emotional with me, and I ain't even in Texas. So you're telling me all about what she is, and why are you telling me I can't vote anyway? So you're like, she loves immigrants. Okay, why are you telling me that? I'm in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Calm down. You'll be all right. Breathe. Count to 10. 1, 2. Okay. It's totally ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. So other than campaigning, I will not be divulging who I support, period, unless I decide to campaign. If I'm not campaigning, I'm not talking about any of my political choices on social media. It's personal. I'm going to keep it to myself because I don't want to deal with the losers. Nobody wants to deal with that. We don't want to live in a country where it's just one person in a dictatorship. We have two people run. We have two teams in the Super Bowl. We have 2 teams in the World Series. We have 2 teams in the NBA Finals. That's the American way. And may the best man or woman win. That's that. All that trolling you all for whoever you decide to pick is ridiculous. I campaigned for Harris and I said nothing crazy to nobody that was campaigning for Trump or wanted to vote for Trump. Because that's out of line. I'm out of line. I'm out of line if I'm campaigning for Harris and you say I like Trump and I start disrespecting you or criticizing you or questioning you, I'm out of line. That's you out of line. You crossing the line. Stand on what you standing on and let everybody else stand on what they stand on. Here in Chicago, it's like this. You throw your gang up. If you GD, you throw up GD. You don't throw down the other gang. We wouldn't have all this violence in Chicago if brothers just rep their gang. But no, you can't just rep your gang. You got to disrespect the other gang. That's where the problem is at. Just rep your set. That's it. Stop trying to disrespect the other people and their choices. Do the Blackstone. That's his business. You a GD or a BD. That's your business. It's not your business to speak on them. You want to vote for whoever, that's your business. They want to vote for whoever, that's their business. And may the best person win. That's it. Especially if you're a grown-ass man typing like a typist over some emotional stuff that really you can't show me how your kid's going to eat from it. You've got no demands in it. You're not making no noise in your precinct, your city, your state. No noise. 98% of these people that's emotional over politics on social media ain't standing on nothing political in their communities. Nothing. They ain't even standing on their alderman's neck. The alderman is taking money and running away with it. Because we pay taxes. We pay sales tax. We pay city tax. We pay state tax. We pay county taxes. And we pay U.S. taxes, federal tax. And then everybody sends money all the way up to the government. Then the government sends the money back down to the states. The state sends it to the counties send it to the cities. The city's supposed to send it to the precincts. Nobody's keeping up with the money when it gets sent down. All these super political people. Where is the money in your city? Are you political? Are you really political? Are you keeping up with the tax dollars that's supposed to come back to your city? If you're so super political and you just know all this, where's the money in your city that's supposed to go to the neighborhood to fix the roads, to take out the garbage for programs in the community? Where's that money, Mr. and Mrs. Super Politics? Where's that money? Are you really standing on that? No. Because we got fake internet political people that's using it to beef, that's using it for bozo stuff, when you could be using your energy talking about exactly where you want to see tax dollars spent in your area. That would be a better way to use your social media, to get something done where you live at. Better, more so than, arguing over 2 people running for office. Like that's, I'm not really with that. And when you're a man and you come at me like that, I don't really got no respect for you. First off, because you's a fraud. You ain't serious like that. I've really been outside. These people that's on this social media clown about politics, they ain't on that. When you go click on their page, they showing you cooking pork chops for the Super Bowl. You don't never see none of that energy that they'll put on a brother like me going live. A lot of these brothers that come over here and put energy on me, and what they don't know, I go back and look at their social media. You know what they be standing on their social media? Nothing. No information on their social media. No political activism. No social responsibility. Nothing. They don't be pushing nothing. They only push against brothers that be trying to put knowledge out here. Now you know every damn thing. But when you log into your Instagram, you ain't on nothing. Your Instagram don't be saying nothing. This is a fact. You think I'm lying? You watch some of the people come over here and try to go at me. Click on their YouTube and see what they posted. Nothing. Nothing. They only anti. And brothers like me, I'm proactive. I'm coming with ideologies. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking time on my day to talk about something, to create conversation. You know what I'm saying? They don't even respect that. They're like, well, I respect the fact that brother creating conversation. Then come over like a G and be like, so what you think? You know what I'm saying? So if you see this and you a G, you're supposed to come and say, so what's up? Do you support Jasmine? So I can say, I can't support Jasmine. That's Texas business. Then you won't get your panties all in a bunch because I can't support Jasmine. Jasmine running in Texas ain't got nothing to do with me. But I got viewers in Texas, and it's a big story, so I wanted to put it out here. And I wanted to troll political hacks so I could teach the rest of y'all don't be political hacks. This a troll. Now I don't be trolling much, but this a troll. I posted this to troll you. Because I knew some people would see her name, some men would see her name and get their panties all in a bunch. I was on the phone with a friend telling me I'm finna go get some of these weak dudes' panties all in a bunch. As soon as they see her name, it's gonna be that time of month. They're gonna start ovulating and everything. They're gonna be ready. They're gonna be ready for you can get them pregnant. You can get them pregnant right now. You can get some of these dudes pregnant right now. They ovulate. You know what I'm saying? Oh, myself. Stop playing with Big Pharaoh. I'll troll you. You know what I'm saying? And bust you out and show you emotional and you ain't standing on nothing. This post shouldn't bother you. This Big Pharaoh. This shouldn't bother you. How this bother you? At the end of the day, they got to vote and she got to win. And I think she probably run against Ted Cruz. So it's going to be what it's going to be. But I'm in Illinois. She represents Texas. I don't got a dog in the fight. But I do like it because I look at other things. And what I like about it is how it encourages our young people to become politically active. So there's a lot of young Black women especially that might be in high school, might be in college, and they'll look at this and they'll say, you know what? I want to run for office. I want to get politically active. So I support this 100%. Her running. I'm proud of her that she's, taking a step. I think it's great. I'm really proud of her. And I think this is going to be good for her because, some of her mannerisms and stuff I didn't like. I thought it was a little too ghetto. And I believe if she become running for Senate, she's going to have to tone that down and mature. So I do believe running for Senate or becoming a senator will, help the young lady grow. She got to grow into a politician. You know what I'm saying? She can't be a roundaway girl, Although I need a girl with extensions in her hair, bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair, 50 bag with a bad attitude. That's cool, but not if you running for Senate. You know what I'm saying? We don't want no roundaway girl, running for Senate. We want you to be professional. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully she work on that and don't be so hooded out, especially when you're not built like that. So, for you brothers and sisters too, if you ain't really outside like that and you ain't really in the hood, don't be using hood vernacular if that ain't, that's not you. You don't got to try to act like you got one foot in the streets when you don't. Jasmine ain't like that. Some of the ways she talking ain't real. She not like that. She not outside like that. You know what I'm saying? She ain't earrings off and fight like that. She come up in good schools and good parents and stuff. I ain't seen nowhere where she was no hood chick, unless I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? So just hoping, but it's a good look. I like to see the fact that she feel like, let me step my game up politically. And some people gonna say, well, they don't do nothing. Well, one thing for sure, for her to run for Senate, she got to learn a lot. So she's got to learn all the bills. She got to learn everything that people in Texas want. It ain't like you can walk into that blindly. You have to do research, just like I have to do research before I do these lives. And so you have to do research in order to be a senator. You have to know what's going on in your state. So it ain't like these people are totally dumb. These people, especially from a place like Texas, that's the big leagues. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Chicago, and we know the big times, and we know the medium places, and we know the small places. And Texas is as big as you get. You know what I'm saying? I would say Texas would be the number one state in the country. Yeah, I would say Texas would be the number one state in the country, close to California. But I would give Texas the edge over California. Although California got a lot of people and got a lot of cities, but Houston, Dallas, that's kind of big. San Francisco and LA, and you got San Diego, but you got San Antonio. And then California got a lot of other stuff, but Texas is kind of major. So even if California edges it out a little bit, Texas and California is about as major as you get. Illinois, all we got is Chicago. So as far as the state, Illinois can't hang. New York, really all they got is New York City. They got some other cities, don't get me wrong. But it's very few states. I think it's only 2 states that's dominant like that, and that would be California and Texas. Is there any other state that got that many big cities? Not that I know of. Florida only got Miami. Illinois only got Chicago. Michigan only got Detroit. Nobody's really big like that. So Texas is big. She's making big moves. To be on the Senate represent Texas, that's about as big as it gets. And Texas is a major economy in this country. Just with the cattle alone, is Orlando is kind of big. Orlando is big. I'll give you that. Orlando, Miami. But then you got Orlando or Miami. You could compare that to Houston and Dallas. But who you got to compare with San Antonio and Austin? Nobody. That's why I say, Texas is, Texas and California, like they really got a large portion of the economy in the United States. Look at Cali. They got Oakland and San Francisco. They got Oakland, they got San Francisco, they got Los Angeles, they got San Diego. Then they got a whole bunch of other cities, Ventura and all that. They got a lot of cities popping in Cali. New Orleans is big, but Texas is just, they got the oil and the cattle. They got the oil and the cattle. That's a lot of money. You're talking a lot of money. Texas got to be one of the richest states in the union. You got St. Louis and Kansas City, but they both little though. Both St. Louis and Kansas City would only rank with Dallas. They wouldn't rank with Houston, right? The only people can rank with Houston is New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. Houston is, I think, Houston finna pass Chicago, I think. Houston about to pass Chicago, I think. I think Chicago is battling with Houston for that third position or that second position. I don't know. I think it's New York, Chicago, Los Angeles. Let me look it up. See? I want to see them in order. It's not showing them in order. Okay, it's New York, Los Angeles, New York at 8.5 million, Los Angeles at 3.9 million, Chicago at 2.7 million, Houston at 2.3 million. So Houston is only 0.4 behind us. Then you drop all the way down to only 1.5 million in Philly. And then it's all downhill out there. Everybody else only got thousands. Miami, 440,000. Atlanta, 400. They ain't got, well, Dallas. Okay, Dallas. See that? There we go. So, there we go. Case closed. San Jose. Where is San Jose? San Jose is in California. Whoa. San Jose got 1 million. San Jose got 1 million. So San Jose got 1 million. So Cali got Los Angeles. San Diego got 1 million. San Jose got 1 million. So Cali's, now Texas got, Houston got 2 million. Dallas got 1 million. San Antonio got 1 million. So your Cali got the most million. Cali got the most million population cities. But Texas ain't no joke. Because Texas got 2.3 million in Houston, 1.3 million in Dallas. They almost got 1 million in Austin. They got 1.4 million in San Antonio. Yeah, Fort Worth almost got 1 million. Yeah, Fort Worth is at 920,000. So yeah, Texas. Okay, California. California is the most populated state with 39 million. Texas got 31 million. Florida got 23 million. So yeah, Texas is going to pass California soon because of the tax breaks, and they ain't been taking care of California. That looked like California going to crash. But California does have the biggest population with over, so they almost got 40 million people in California. And Texas got over 31 million. So they got a long way to go to catch Cali. Cali's like 9 million ahead of them. But Texas is 31 million people. It don't get that. That's a pretty big state for Jasmine to. That's a big state. That's a big job if she becomes senator. See, California 39 million, Texas 31 million, Florida 23 million. And I can see California got a lot of money in California with Hollywood and with all of the farms, all of the grapes. And, Cali grow a lot of food, a lot of food. So that's deep. As far as total economic output, California, the largest economy by far, driven by tech, entertainment, and agriculture. That's right, because you got Simi Valley, you got all that computer tech stuff up there by the Bay Area, right? They say by far. California by far. Then Texas, strong in energy and business. Then New York, major financial hub. But they say Cali by far. That does make sense. That's a lot of money in California. That does make sense. Texas got a lot of land that ain't livable too. A lot of desert like land. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've seen Massachusetts and all that. That was the richest, but as far as GDP, it was they wasn't in the GDP. But yeah, they the richest. They got the richest people, but not the richest state. Massachusetts got the most richest people, but they don't have the richest state. They don't make as much money as California or Texas. And so that's a big position from us. Northern California showing more love than Southern California. Uh, I mean, I lived in California, and you know, I love California. California is like really a really great state. They need to control immigration in California. Yeah, Texas got a lot of desert, like a lot of places that they barely could raise cattle in. They don't be having enough water. It's too dry in a lot of places. That's the only reason it wouldn't be more dominant. If Texas had more rain and could grow more food, it would probably be a wrap. Because I don't think California would be able to grow as much food as the South. You know what I'm saying? But Texas got a huge economy, and I'm looking at some investments in Texas like that, like with my children. I'm thinking about maybe moving one of my sons down there. So I've been talking to one of my sons about going and maybe getting a house in Texas and run some business out of there for tax purposes, you know what I'm saying? So that the family be spread out in case something happens, we can go to whichever state one of us is at that's the best. You know, I got family in California. I got family in Florida. But we're trying to transfer somebody to Texas. You know what I'm saying? My oldest two sons, I think my youngest going to have to do it because my oldest two sons, they not stationary. Especially my oldest son. You know what I'm saying? He not stationary. He wherever the money at. That boy. He wherever the money at. I'm like a dinosaur to him. You know what I'm saying? He a minimalist, he told me. I think that's what he told me. Dad, I'm a minimalist. Like, all right, minimal your ass on. Yeah, we looking at that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ohio's big, but them cities is little. Them little bitty ass cities. They little. They ain't even on the list. They population 500,000, 400,000. They ain't got no million. They ain't got no million city population in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? They don't got no 2 million people, million and a half people. They don't got that type of population. New York got 8 million people. But see, New York be cheating because New York is a bunch of islands. So New York be cheating. New York ain't really, New York is deep. I love New York. But New York be cheating because New York not really a city like that. It's like a bunch of places that hook together. It's deep. New York is the most interesting place you could go in the United States. I ain't gonna lie. If you want to make money, go to New York. Stay about a week. Go to Times Square every night. If you want to make money, go to New York and go to Times Square every night. And when you come back to where you at, you're gonna be different. But New York is connected with a bunch of bridges. Everywhere you go, you got to take a bridge. You want to go to Queens, you got to take Queens Bridge. You want to go to Brooklyn, you got to take the Brooklyn Bridge. You got to take a bridge. It's crazy. It's a whole bunch of bridges. And I think it's that Washington Bridge. Hey, man, I didn't like being up there like that. And then I drove on the underground thing, whatever they call that, where it'll go under the ocean. They got a highway that go under the ocean. It was water down there leaking, and I was like, boy, what the hell? I got to get back to New York, though. I can't get no money unless I go. I got to at least go to New York. I got to start going to New York at least every 3 or 4 years because you can't get no money if you don't go to New York. Seriously. Yeah, that tunnel. You can't get no money if you ain't gonna get no money unless you go to New York. New York is advanced, going to the future. You gotta go to the future. New York is in the future. See, in Chicago it's 8:04. It's 9:04 in New York. Think about that. They're in the future. They ain't just in the future with time. They in the future for real. The way the earth rotate and revolve. New York is the future. California is in the past. In California right now, I think it's like 6 in the evening. In Hawaii, it's like 2 in the evening. It's crazy. So it's like if you're in California, but you keep up with business in New York, you could get rich. That's how I was getting. That's why I was making so much money as a vendor when I worked all them reggae shows and black conscious shows. That's why I was selling $2,000-3,000 worth of stuff a week. Sometimes I have a slow week and I only sell like $2,000. But one reason I was making so much money because I was getting my products from New York, which is the future. So the stuff I had in Cali, nobody had it. I was shutting the game down. It was so heavy that when I would get my boxes, I would rip or mark out the companies and the address so when my boxes is under my tables. I didn't want nobody to see my source, where I was getting my product from, because they wouldn't have that. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't have what I got. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time I turned in New York because the traffic was backed up. I'm thinking I'm like in Chicago, so I'm finna go down this street, go up that street, and come back over to this street. Nah, when I turned, it never took me back to a street run parallel. And it took me through China. I swear to God, I went through the Chinese neighborhood and it was China. For real. Wasn't like our little Chinatown. I turned where all the Chinese was at. And it was China. For real. Ain't no telling how many Chinese live over there. It was tripped out. It was set up like China. They had chickens and ducks and big crates alive. Feel me? Like here in Chicago, you can see that when you're on the L train, you see they got the animals on the roof that they're going to chop up and put in your chicken fried rice or whatever. But in New York, when I turned, they got ducks and chickens and pigs and crates like out on the street. They got so many they can't keep them in the restaurant. It was crazy. And it was real China. They were speaking nothing but Chinese. And it was China. It was set up like China. They was driving like it was China. It was tripped out. And it was a big area. It took me forever to get back to wherever I was trying to go. I stayed lost in New York. That's how I found all them bridges. I was lost. I accidentally got on every bridge. I got on the Brooklyn Bridge by mistake, the George Washington Bridge by mistake, the Queens, whatever that bridge is, the Queens, all them. I got on every bridge by mistake. And the underwater tunnel I got on by mistake. Because once you turn, you in line for the bridge or the tunnel. And then 20 cars get behind you, so you can't back up. So you got to just go through that bad boy. We seen the whole New York by mistake, including Ground Zero. It was crazy. Sometimes the Most High be taking you. Yeah, we went on all that Goshen. All that I got on by mistake. Made a turn, and I was just in line. Goshen know what I'm talking about. Well, you make the wrong turn, you in line. And then everybody, ain't no backing up, bro. Ain't no backing up. This is New York, bro. This is New York. You done made the wrong turn. You in line to get on the bridge. There's no way to get. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way to get out. There's no way to not. You gotta get on. You gotta get on there. There's no getting out of line. There's no backing up or nothing. We seen the whole New York by mistake. But the foundational Black Americans in New York, it don't get no cooler. They cool as hell. Man, them is some of the coolest brothers and sisters ever. They real cool in LA, but not like New York. They give New York a bad. The regular working Black people in New York is the coolest Black people probably in America. More cooler than Chicago blacks, I would say. And we cool as hell. But the New Yorkers was cool as hell. I ain't gonna lie. Some of the coolest brothers and sisters in the United States. I love New York and black New Yorkers. It's like your hotel room getting clean. It's two sisters cleaning up the hotels in the hall. You come out. They're like, where y'all from? We like Chicago. Oh, Chicago. Oh, I swear to God. They want to take pictures and everything. It was tripped out. Now it's thugged out too. With the criminals is criminaling, but the people is very cool, very very open, and they love Chicago. It's like New York and Chicago is like brothers. You know what I'm saying? That's what you heard? I guess. Not really. That's false, Joshua, especially since the pandemic, Joshua. It ain't no lot of traffic out there no more. That's an old statistic, Joshua. It probably was traffic was pretty bad, but since the pandemic, at least a third of that traffic is gone because nobody going to work no more. Everybody working from home, Josh. Everybody working from home now, so that's an old statistic. They don't know what they're talking about. They're just talking. Chicago, once they opened up the Dan Ryan and made the lanes wider and all that, the traffic is good, comparatively speaking, how many people. They're not taking the amount of people into consideration, Joshua. If you take the amount of people into consideration and how the traffic be flow, it's really great traffic. If you take into consideration how many people are flowing through those roads, you would say it would be fast comparatively speaking. And then you never know what's going on because when they do road work, like on the Stevenson or something, the traffic might be messed up for like 2 years, 3 years. So they're not telling y'all like the whole story. So in some cases where there's certain place where there's bottleneck, that's because they're doing reconstruction. You know what I'm saying? Over by O'Hare, it's not bad over by O'Hare. I drove Uber. No, it's what time of day. What time of day? If you're going to O'Hare and stuff and you get there, if you're there back and forth, you good until everybody got to get up and go to work. And when everybody got to get up and go to work, it might get a little crazy. But when you come into downtown, you're going to get to a point, you're going to see road construction. When the road construction is done, it's flowing for that amount of people. You're looking at 1 million plus people in the city. So it's almost 2 million people in Chicago. So for that many people, it's not bad. I used to drive Uber. But when I drove Uber, I started at 4 in the morning. I make my runs to the airport. And when I make my last run at around 6:30, 6:45, that's it. Because if I wait till everybody wake up and come out to go to work, yeah, then you're gonna be in that traffic. That's rush hour traffic. So when they say Chicago got the worst traffic, but they don't specify rush hour, they're giving you you know what I'm saying? They're not being honest. Like it's rush hour. Everybody's going to work. you would have to judge traffic. To really judge us traffic of a city, you would have to wait till everybody get off work or like on a Saturday. That's how you would honestly judge the traffic. You would go on a Saturday. If I wanted to honestly judge the traffic in Atlanta, I'd go on a Saturday. And that would tell me how the traffic really is. I can't go and get in the traffic at 8:15 in the morning and say, y'all traffic mess. It's 8:15 in the morning. Everybody going to work in school. Duh. You know, that's not legitimate, but I guess. You know what I'm saying? You can't go nowhere at rush hour and then say, oh, they got bad traffic. Bro, it's rush hour. What? If you listen, if you leave Chicago and you come off of that mountain, Louisville, Kentucky, or Nashville, Tennessee, if you hit that city anywhere after 3:30, that traffic ain't moving. Louisville, Kentucky, Nashville, if you travel and you trying to drive from Chicago and you trying to go down south, Atlanta, wherever, you don't go through those cities anytime from 3:30 to like 6:30. Because when you hit and you come off that mountain, it's a wrap. Because I was in Atlanta, and when you're in Atlanta, after everybody go back and forth to work, that traffic ain't bad. So they'll take like Atlanta rush hour. You know what I'm saying? They'll take Houston rush hour. They'll take these rush hours. And that's like false representation. You know what I'm saying? It's false to go somewhere during rush hour and try to judge the traffic at rush hour. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm saying that's not really honest, really. Just to give the city that reputation. Oh, they got bad traffic. Like, bro, what? Like, so you just taking them 2 hours and you judging the whole city based off of 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours? That's false. That's not how I would do my reporting. So if I did my reporting on traffic, I would give you the times. I would be like Atlanta traffic, rush hours like this, nighttime is like this, early morning is like that. I'd give you the real. I wouldn't go to Atlanta and jump on the damn highway at motherfucker 4:45, right? 4:45 p.m. and say, man, Atlanta traffic messed up. Bro, it's 4:45. All right. That is 4:45 p.m. What? The way you judge traffic in a big city is not by how backed up it is, but how long it takes to disperse. That's how you judge traffic. So I wouldn't judge Atlanta's traffic by 5 o'clock. You would have to judge Atlanta's traffic at 6:30. At 6:30, right? Tell Seti I got love for him. You know what I mean? I got love for Seti. You know what I'm saying? He good. I didn't watch none of the videos. I got love for him. I'll go make that straight. But that's good to know. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's good to know. You know what I'm saying? That's still my brother. I make it right with him. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is this. If I wanted to judge your traffic, the way you judge how good the traffic is, you have to get on the freeway downtown at 6:30. Because if you got good traffic, it will start dispensing at 6:30. Now, if I go to your city and your traffic still backed up till 7 o'clock, yes, you have horrible traffic. Because when everybody get off at 5, by 6:30, it should be opening up. That's how I would judge traffic. And that would be an honest judgment on how good the city's traffic is. Because you judge your traffic not by how much it piles up, but how fast can they get it clear would be the right measuring. You know what I'm saying? And in Chicago, they get that traffic out of there. Man, in Chicago, they get that traffic out of there. That's a fact. And if you drive from the north side and you at downtown at 6:30, that traffic gone. And that's a lot of traffic to dispense. Facts. That's how you know they got good traffic. Not because it back up, because everybody get off work at one time. Boom, yeah, it's gonna back up. Because traffic work like this. It back up, right? It backs up. First starts with the school, because you gotta understand, some people get off at 3. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people get off at 3. There's a shift that end around 3. All the teachers and stuff start hitting the road like 3:30, right? Boom, they start hitting the road. 3:30, right? Then more people get off at 4. Then more people get off at 5. And then when people get off at 5, they got to walk to their car or they might shop. So a lot of them don't even hit the road till 5:30. Because rush hour start at 3. Anybody will tell you that when school get out. When school get out and there's a 3 o'clock shift. What's that, 3 to 11? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's a 3 to 11 shift. There's a 3 to 11 shift, and there's a 3 to 11 shift. Because I worked 11 to 7, then it's 7 to 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 7 to 3. I worked 11. So we worked from 11:30. We worked from 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6 to 7:30. Then they had 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, and then 3:30 to 11:30. You got them shifts too. So them people that got to be to work, because a lot of people got to be to work at 3:30, and a lot of people getting off at 3:30. A lot of people got to be to work at 3, and a lot of people got to get off at 3. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I mean? So the traffic be really crazy from 3 to like 6:30. Also, in Chicago is a part of the tri-state. The tri-state is Indiana, Chicago, Wisconsin. So you could leave Indiana at night, and you could go through Chicago, and you could be in Wisconsin in like an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes. You could go through 3 states. So I can't leave this out. So when you go out to the south suburbs and you get on the Calumet, I forgot this part. All the trucks come through at 1:30, 2 o'clock p.m. I forgot that. So the big rigs that's going all across the country, they hit that freeway at 2 o'clock. So when I got stabbed and I came in, I was healing, and my woman and her mother lived out in Indiana, right? In that little city by Gary. Maryville. My mother-in-law at the time lived in Maryville. So anytime I wanted to come to Chicago, I had to go early or I had to wait to eat, because if you get on the freeway in Indiana, coming to Chicago in that Calumet at 2 o'clock, it's big rigs just lined up. Then my last queen I was with, she was a nurse. And she had a job one time, and you had to take 55 West. And them same trucks, they be on 55 West. And that traffic is not moving on 55 West because of the big rigs. The big rigs come through midday. Midday, the big rigs come through like crazy. And they all go on 55, going out west somewhere, where all them trains is at and all them truck depots is at. And man, so that's also adding to the problem. What will Miss Crockett do? I don't know what Miss Crockett will do, because I'm not in Texas, so I'm not sure. I'm not in Texas, so I'm not sure. So I'm just announcing that she running. So I'm not sure what she's going to do. But I know the people of Texas, they're going to vote. Shreveport like that. LA, Texas, East Texas, Southern Arkansas, Texas. Yeah. I can only imagine. Like everywhere it gets like that, because America's got a lot of trucking going on. You know what I'm saying? So everywhere it gets like that. You know what I'm saying? But back to what we was talking about with the sister running for Senate. My take on that is a great thing. I feel like here in the United States, we need more people to run for office. We need more younger people to run for office. We need more people in their 30s and 40s to run for office. That's what we really need. We need some young blood in office. And so all of these young people, whether they're white, black, Democrat, Republican, the younger people that's running for office, I salute all of them, because that's what's needed. Young people need to become more politically active. And I feel like right now, U.S. politics has an opportunity to be better than it's ever been because of social media. I believe social media has given the people more power. That's why Trump be on social media and watching social media. We never used to have no power. Think about it. Right now, I can go on Instagram and at a politician. There was never a chance that you can at a politician. You understand? So the opportunity to at a politician is good. Now, you say young leftists. I don't do leftists and rightists. That's weirdo stuff. So you have bought into weirdo divisionism. Just the fact you call people leftists and rightists, that you getting into the weirdo stuff. You understand? So I can't take what you said as legitimate, because you've bought into some weirdo type of division, and there's no talking to you, because you look at anybody, because they're in a party, you already got in your mind they leftists and they rightists and they Dems and they this and they that. Y'all got all these little weirdo ideologies that you done made up. So I don't really listen to people like you. And then a lot of people like you might be Chinese or whatever on social media. You might not even be an American citizen nowadays. So we'd have to check your file to make sure you're really even a U.S. citizen, because we got people in China and other places using social media to get involved with United States politics to sway people's minds. You don't even know who these people is. So the fact your name is Gearhead, right? Everything you say is illegitimate. Who would listen to Gearhead? Why would I listen to somebody named Gearhead? You're totally illegitimate. Gearhead can't vote. Whoever you really are got to vote. So until you're willing to stand up and be who you are on social media, your opinion is irrelevant. Nobody gonna listen to Gearhead. Who is Gearhead? You could be a Canadian. You could be a Mexican in Mexico. Why y'all don't be listening to people on this social media that you don't know who they are, that's trying to influence you politically? Like I said, your name is Gearhead. Everything you say is irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna listen to Gearhead? You know what I'm saying? Your name Gearhead. You need to be talking to motor. You know, you need to be talking to transmission, motor, machine. You need to be talking to somebody named Machine. You Gearhead, right? You need to be talking to somebody named Machine or somebody named Motor. You need to be talking to somebody that's got something to do with gears. You know what I'm saying? I don't do gears. You know, what you want me to say? You're a gearhead. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What I would say to you, gearhead, is put it in park. Get out of gear. Put it in park, bro. Park. That's what I would say to gearhead. Park. You know what I'm saying? Park. Don't put it in reverse. Don't put it in forward. Just park. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like I say, you gearhead. I mean, you know, you're irrelevant. I wouldn't listen to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who else you want? You want me to listen to brake fluid, transmission fluid? Like, what are we doing? Bruh, stop. Your name is Gearhead, bro. You're hard-headed. You know what I'm saying? I would imagine if your head is like a gear, you know what I'm saying? Bro, I'm not going to argue with nobody. One thing on social media I don't do, if you're talking something makes some sense, yeah. But if you got one of these weird names and you're trying to have a real conversation with a fake identity, if your identity is fake, your conversation is fake. I can't take you serious. You're a gearhead. You're supposed to be talking to Pumpkinhead, Pumpkin Seed, other people with weird names. You know what I mean? Like Ghost Rider and, you know, Agent 29. You should find people like other people got weird names. But we don't know who the hell it is. What I look like debating Gearhead. What I was supposed to do, go back, man, Gearhead didn't know what he was talking about. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I guess this internet is crazy as hell. And, bro, you know what I'm saying? It's not Gearhead, you know what I'm saying? I'm in Chicago, man. You know, I'm a player, you know, head ain't got, where I'm at, head ain't got nothing to do with gears, you know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother story for another day. That's a female, you know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. My mind's in the gutter. So when I hear head, you know, boom. You know what I'm saying? Gears is the last thing kind of man. I don't know. Gear and head don't go together. Baby girl and head come together. You know what I'm saying? Miss Stickums, you know, if she thicker than a Snicker, you know what I'm saying? Thicker than a Snicker head, now that'll work, but a gear head, now that seems like that hurts. Actually, like ouch, you know what I'm saying? Like the last thing you want to do is get that thing caught up in some gears. Hell no, bro. Stop. That don't even go together. The last thing we think about is metal and gears. You know what I'm saying? Gears, don't go with head, bro. But whatever. I mean, come on. Gear and head do not, that don't go together. Like, I don't know. Maybe something wrong with me. I've got a dirty man. You know what I'm saying? I guess. You know what I'm saying? Gear, head, no, no. One of these things are not the same. We need Sesame Street song. Remember the Sesame Street song? One of these things are not the same. And gear and head, no. We didn't do that. Nope, nope. That don't sound right. You got to get rid of the gear part. You know what I mean? And you would do pause. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And you just won't stop. You should change your name to Hardhead. Hard-headed. Because you hard-headed. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you gear-headed, but I know your ass hard-headed. I had already deleted you 1,000 times. Okay? I'm not even reading what you're saying, bro. You just typing for nothing. Nobody's gonna listen to Gearhead. I don't know. What's his mom and pop's name? You know what I'm saying? If your name Gearhead, boy, your family, what's your family name? Stick Shift, you know? Fifth gear, third gear. A gearhead is a mechanic. I guess so. He must be. You know what I'm saying? He need to pick up his wrench and this screwdriver and go sit down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Park. You know what I'm saying? Take it out of gear, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Take it out of gear. Oh, a gearhead is a mechanic. I got it. I got it. Oh, I ain't, yeah, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm in Chicago. We call them alley mechanics. You know what I'm saying? It's dude in the alley that fixes everybody's car. You know what I'm saying? That's what we call them. We call them alley mechanics. I'm a little hooded out. Yeah, alley mechanic. You change your name to alley mechanic. But yeah, shade tree mechanic. They park under the tree. You know what I mean? Yeah, park under. You be at office mat. I mean, auto zone. Boom, you get in the park. They run up. Something wrong with your car? Yeah, man, I had to get a part. I put it on there for you. Pull right there. Pull on that tree right there. They go boom, boom. Dude, fix your car right there. Put the part on there for you. I love shade tree mechanics and alley mechanics. They be fixing my stuff. They be good too. Them brothers will fix your car right there and all those on parking lot. I mean, it ain't nothing. Just get that off of there. Start it up. Hey man, thanks, bro. How much you want, man? Just give me 35, man. Give me 35. Here, man, here's 40, bro. Man, appreciate it, bro. I'll be right here. If I'm right here, I'm over on 119th and Loomis. You go in the alley, you're gonna see the blue garbage can. You know what I'm saying? They be fixing my cars all the time when I got because I always got a piece of junk. I always got a junk car. You know what I'm saying? I keeps a beat around. Always keeps me a junk car. I got one right now. My daughter say, Dad, stop. You know, why you don't drive the other car? Why you keep driving this? I keep telling her I'm trying to see how far I go for it break. I got a car that the mileage don't run no more. Don't nobody know how many miles on it. It's a little bitty car. I don't got no hubcaps on it. It look toe up from the floor up, make you throw up, but it always start. So my daughter like, why you always driving this? I say, look how I'm dressed. I just be having on regular clothes. I'd be like, now is anybody gonna pay me any attention? She's like, nah. It's like, Dad, you smart. I'm like, exactly. I could drive down the street. Nobody pay me no attention. I don't want all them eyeballs on me. You know what I'm saying? Not when I'm just running to Whole Foods and running to the post office. Why I want to be in a Jaguar or something to go to the post office. But what we doing? So she said, well, what about if you're going on a date or so? I was like, boy, your daddy's a real player. She gonna pick me up in her car. What we doing? I'm in the passenger seat. You know what I'm saying? And do you want to ride in the backseat of the carriage? I'm in the passenger seat. I be in their cars. I don't drive. I don't know dates and stuff. I'm a super triple quadruple OG. You know what I'm saying? Baby girl can't wait to pick me up. You know, I'll talk about that one. See, women, they want to help. They like helping. They like that. She gonna pick you up on time. I'm out here, babe. Woo woo. You jump in the passenger seat, or you come out. She say you drive, and she wants you drive her stuff. You could even not let them see your other car and just let them see your raggedy car. And they be like, this what you be driving? Yeah, I got to get a better car. Well, we'll have to fix that, baby. I know, baby. I know we just got to fix that. She gonna get it. She gonna get it for you. You know what I'm saying? She gonna get you right. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know women, black women, and I'm gonna end this. Black women is the most helpful in the black community. They don't get no respect. A black woman will help you more than will do anything for you if you love her and you treat her right. She gonna go to hell and back. And she gonna go to heaven and forth for you. I don't know why y'all brothers be disrespecting these sisters. And y'all be turning them cold. That's why sometimes they be so cold. They be done gay they all to some dude and you run over. She let you use her car. You going to other chicks' houses in her car while she at work. All this old type of stuff, messing it up for the other brothers. How the hell she let you use her car? Why would you use her car to go to another chick house and not use her car to go get some money or just go park it and just go pick her up? Why you wouldn't just take her car, go get it washed, go get the oil change, stuff like that? And when you pick her up, she said, where you been? So I took the car, got some oil change, got it washed and stuff. Like that. You understand? Women is real helpful. I don't understand dudes be down in the Queens like that. I don't know why you be down in the Queens like that. And when you find, if I find a woman and she kind of snaky and she kind of want to chill, that's because dudes hurt her. I got to give her time to heal. So she don't trust nobody. So she ain't trying to be loyal to you because in her mind, you ain't loyal. You ain't going to be loyal either. That's a fact. But one thing about loyalty, loyalty creates loyalty. You know, and ladies, 98% of these men that's upset because the woman cheated on them, was cheating. He ain't gonna tell that part. You know what I'm saying? We'll be cheating on you, then you cheat on us, and we pretend we hurt. We pretend like it's the biggest deal in the world, but the whole time he doing this, he been cheating on your ass. And when y'all break up, he be like, "That's why I was cheating on her ass. She ain't shit." You know, I said, "Nigga, that ain't why you was cheating on her. You just ain't on nothing." You know what I'm saying? Real talk. A lot of brothers don't like me. I be telling the secrets. I need to do a whole series, y'all, huh? This men's secrets. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Anyway, I'm gonna end this. I gotta go make do a live for Sarah Sue said he tell them it's all cool and shit. They said public, he says cool, so I gotta go. Same way I dissed him, I'm gonna go back and salute him and tell him it's all good. So I'm gonna talk about that next. Y'all have a good day. Come watch me in a minute. And another thing is, young ladies, show all and men, show all of your daughters Jasmine running for Senate. Use these accomplishments, especially political, to motivate your children. You don't always have to be a political hack. It don't always have to be about who you're going to vote for. It's also motivation. You got young girls, they're in the 3rd grade and 4th grade, and Jasmine come on the TV. Just turn it on so they can see this accomplishment. People going to start trying to dog her based on running for office, but they ain't going to reward her going to school, her making something out of herself. And one reason that pissed me off is because I live in Chicago. And in Chicago, it's called Chirac. And we got young shorties out here gang banging, shooting, unaliving each other. And people constantly criticize that behavior. I'm trying to figure out how you're going to criticize gangbanging and violence and lewdness with young girls and then criticize her. Make that make some sense. So you don't like the girls getting pregnant early in high school. You don't like girls all sleazy, dancing all naked. You don't like young rappers rapping about guns and violence. You don't like young brothers out here not going to school, young people not going to school, and then somebody do go to school, do go make something out themselves and run for office, and now you don't like her either. You don't use her for an example for the young people. This young lady is a great example for my daughters. They don't do it with the men either. They don't do it with the men. They don't listen. The 5. They don't honor the men either. Young men go out here and do everything right. Okay, let's look at it like this. Let me break it down like this to you. NBA young boy, Dirk and them come out. All they peers big them up, push them. A lot of older brothers will say, why y'all pushing these drill rappers? Why y'all pushing these Dirk and them? But then a young black man or a middle-aged black man to run for office, why y'all don't push them? Why y'all don't push them to the community as an example of doing something? So on one hand, you're saying the young people are pushing negative energy, negative images, but then on the other hand, you don't push the positive images. You're too busy worrying about what political party in rather than push the fact they're educated. They're making something out of themselves. I don't always have to push her from the political point of view. I can push her accomplishments as a young black person. Why I can't push that? Keep it real. It ain't about don't like women. I'm not even talking about women and men. I'm talking about success, education, knowledge, achievements, staying out of trouble, staying out of jail, staying out of prison, not gangbanging, not being a prostitute. Why do we overlook that part? Especially blacks and foundational black Americans. I don't know. Let me see her age. She's 44. She's 44 years old. She's 44 years old. Doing something positive. You know what I'm saying? Doing something positive. And so we're supposed to be showing her to the 17 and 18-year-old. See, look. See, look. See, look. You see what I'm saying? It's not, these people just don't represent politics. They represent going to school. They represent staying out of trouble. They represent not going to jail, not going to prison. They represent working, decency. That's what they represent. So we can't just get caught up into the politics. That's why I did this live. I'm just congratulating her for just being successful, a young, successful black woman. She's more than 20 years younger than me. And I think she's a great role model for our people, because when you live in a political society, you have to get involved with politics. You can't let nobody make all the political decisions for you. You have to become politically involved. And when you say politics ain't this and politics ain't that, whose responsibility is it to change it? So it's phony to say politics ain't on the right page, but then you don't want to go put it on the right page. Young people, get out there and put it on the right page. If you see politics is going this way and it should go that way, then you run for politics and straighten it out. Just don't throw your hands up. And this is coming from me. I'm born in 1958. So I'm telling you what your great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents and great-great-great-grandparents would want you to know. That for us as black people in this country, we've been fighting a long time to make some changes, to get into politics, to get into education, to get into business. This is not no joke. Many people put their life on the line to make sure we have some type of political representation. And if you see political representation and it's not doing right, tell me how it's not your responsibility to make it right. You can't just say, oh, it's no good, I don't mess with that. Like, perfect example, and I hope you don't get mad at me. Tell me Tariq Nasheed not supposed to run for office. Come on, man. He's supposed to run for office. He got everything. Listen, Tariq Nasheed ain't a great politician. Man, listen, he got the whole package. He got the whole package, but I know he got other things. I'm not saying that's what he got to do, because he got to do his own life. I'm just saying, tell me dude wouldn't be perfect. His delivery, his wit, his knowledge of what's going on, come on, man. If he ain't a powerful politician, ain't one. See, those type of people like that be real impressive to me. You know, Tariq is real impressive to me because I look at him, he's younger. And so I'm 67, going to be 68. Let me look at his age. He 51, right? So he 51. So he like 16 years younger than me. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at people like that, I know something about him he don't even know, because he's at that age where he's going to the next level. So that growth from 52 to 65 is going to be heavy. His growth, because we go through cycles, and he finna go through that next cycle where whatever he used to be is going to be out the window, and he's going to be a whole nother person. Seriously. And he's going to be a problem. That man is going to be a problem at 54, 55, 56, 57, 50. He's going to be a problem. 60, 61, he's going to be a problem. Trust me while I'm telling you. So that's why I don't be coming hard on people, because I see where they could go. You know, as an older person, or what they call an OG, we give a break, because we can see where people would be going. You know, we can see that. You know what I'm saying? Right now, he's one of my favorite. Tariq Nasheed, one of my favorite people. You know, because I like knowledge. Dude is off the chain. Dude is highly intelligent. He's impressive. And I ain't gonna just say that about anybody. To me, he's like one of the most impressive on social media. Like, he's very impressive. I swear to God. And multi-talented, because he's a comedian too. He could really be a big comedian if he wanted to. His delivery, I find him to be very impressive. Somebody we should definitely support. Business-wise, knowledge-wise, and definitely for pushing lineage and reparations. That's some righteous stuff. Seriously. Very impressive. Even Hidden Colors. Very impressive. I ain't gonna lie. Very impressive. You know, straight up. Very, very impressive. Somebody for your children to watch for sure. For sure, you want your children to look at the Hidden Colors. You want them to look at his documentaries and stuff for sure. You want them to peep him every now and then. Especially if you got sons. Family man, children, wife, married. Impressive. Very impressive. To me, as an older person, you know what I'm saying? I'm what they call an OG, so what I say go. And as him as a younger brother, he definitely get the all the way the thumbs up. Like, he the man. Very impressive. Very impressive. So we got to support him at all costs. You know what I'm saying? Don't get into the petty stuff. Don't be pulling up the brother when he was 20 years old, 30 years old, and all of that. Because people will be like, well, what about what he used to do? I used to have them birds and them things. We change, or sometimes we change 2 or 3 different. I done been 3 different people. For real. So we change. Because I done been 3 different people. The last person I was wouldn't have never been over here talking to y'all. He was extremely dangerous and just different. It took me out, you know what I'm saying? That's what my book is going to break all that down. So, you know, don't be judgmental of nobody past or stuff like that, because a lot of us, we got 2 different paths. We don't even got one path. We was one person, then another person. You know what I'm saying? You say, now I'm FBA. No, FBA is lineage. So it's nothing you become now. See? So you don't know what FBA is. So FBA is realizing our lineage. And then I became to the realization of our lineage. FBA is not nothing you become. Jeremiah. FBA is lineage. So I was a foundational Black American. If you're a criminal, listen, if you're a Nigerian, I'm going to ask you something, Jeremiah. If you're a Nigerian and you do crime, does that make you not a Nigerian? No, no matter what you do, you're still a Nigerian. So you don't know what foundational Black American is. So you're not really a smart Hebrew. You're an unintelligent Hebrew because foundational Black American is just your lineage. That has nothing to do with crime, being a teacher. That has nothing to do with what you do in life. It's lineage, bro. It's lineage. So that's why you're doing the stupid smiley faces, call yourself a Hebrew with the yellow faces and all that childish stuff. You're making Hebrews look bad. Like, bro, you're supposed to be more solid if you're a Hebrew. You're not supposed to do the yellow smiley faces and all the feminine type stuff. You know what I'm saying? I allow you to be over here. I could just block you and get rid of you. You understand? So I'm going to give you opportunity, bro, but grow up. You're embarrassing yourself. You don't even know what FBA is. You say, now I'm FBA like it's something you join. I've always been a Black American. I just put foundational in front of it, bro. We've always been Black Americans. All we did is put foundational in front of it to represent the fact that we've been here all the time. That's all that means, bro. That's all that means. So it's like, bro, grow up and get yourself together because you don't even know what FBA is. Because you say, now you FBA. Bro, no, it's not. Now I've been FBA. We just put a term on it. Like, grow up, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you a Hebrew Israelite and you standing on God, you ain't supposed to be no goofy, making goofy jokes and goofy faces. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be standing on something. You're making Hebrews look bad. I know Hebrews that would disavow any knowledge of you. They'll be ashamed of you, bro. Because real Hebrew Israelites don't do cartoons and they don't do none of that, bro. They don't do none of that stuff you're doing. And real Hebrews come with their real name. They don't come with all them funny looking pictures and all them Star Wars pictures and stuff you got. Like, stand on what you standing on. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, if you ain't really like that face-to-face, stop playing. Because face-to-face to me, come on, you'll just be a brute. You won't have no he no more playing with a real one. So, bro, go play with somebody. Go get you some toys and play with a little boy or something. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Your name is Jeremiah? Well, go get you a Bible and read it. And stop talking to a real one. You understand? Get you a real one. Go get you a Bible or something. You know what I'm saying? And come back tomorrow. You feel me? Because my name, shut up talking to me. You know what I'm saying? My name is shut up talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. You know what I'm saying? On my soul. Because where I come from, it go like this. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. He was a good friend to me. So I come from you some bullfrog. You know what I'm saying? Oh, God. On everything I love. On from their grave. Boy, stop playing with me. Go read your Bible, bro. Go read your Bible. Go read your Bible. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with the real one. Go read your Bible. You know what I'm saying? Go read your Bible. Stop playing with the real one. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with the real one. Go read your Bible. You know what I'm saying? Be a good Jeremiah Hebrew and go do some Hebrew stuff. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no Hebrew stuff to do, bro? You a troll? You a Hebrew troll? Yeah, you what kind of Hebrew is you trolling on is you a man? You sound like, boy, you ain't never gonna see me trolling nobody's account like that, and you a grown man. You got sons? That's how you raising your sons to be little baby trolls? Bro, do better, bro. You know what I'm saying? Before you mess around and get out here on these streets, playing with somebody out here outside, you're gonna slip and you're gonna come outside playing. You're gonna slip, bro. And you're gonna come outside playing. And it's gonna go left. Everybody not playing with you. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. Y'all stop playing on this social media. Boy, everybody not playing with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you, bro, I'm giving you knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Everybody not playing with you, so stop trolling. You know what I'm saying? All you brothers out there, you know what I'm saying? Stop sitting around scaring billy goats. You know what I'm saying? Stop scaring billy goats, hiding under bridges, you know, scaring billy goats. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Stop scaring billy goats, bro. You know what I mean? You feel me? All you brothers, y'all stop scaring billy goats like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be a troll. Trolls is ugly, man. They're not players like me. I'm a player, and I'm playing just. Trolls is toe up from the floor up and make you want to throw up. Don't nobody want to be no troll, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not cool. You know, every time you look up, you all up under the bridge looking ugly. You know what I'm saying? You all up under the bridge. You know what I'm saying? Stop trolling. You's a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? I can't with some of y'all. You know what I'm saying? G's up.